Hello friends, welcome. In this video I'm going to work with Laravel and Filepond. I'm going to use Filepond to upload the images nicely. So here we have the project. I have a form in the home page with a name and the image. And let's show you the VS Code. First, let's go to the web routes. We have route get / post controller and the welcome method for the post / post controller and the welcome store and the store method, sorry. And in the post controller now we have this welcome method. We just return the view welcome, which is this view. I added the tiling CSS here. And first we check if the session has success. We show that. If the session has danger, we show. And then we added the form with CSRF token, method post, action / and enc type multi-part form data, label and input for name, also the error, and label and input for the image. And let me show you also the database migration for the post. We added only the name and the image, and in the post model I just added the protected fillable. And right now if I just say submit here, we have please upload the image, because in the store method we check if the request has file image, do something, otherwise return redirect with danger. And now if I type something and also choose the image, we redirect post created. And let's open also the database. Here we have posts, and if I refresh, yeah, we have one post and the image is this unique ID folder / the name of the file. Good. Now let's add the Filepond here. So let's go to the installation, and we are going to use JavaScript. I'm going to add through the CDN. You can install also through npm. So let's go here and let's add first the styles, copy in the VS Code welcome page. All the logic is going to be here. I'm going to add inside, and then we need to add the script above the body. Okay, then we need to implement. So just copy this 2 and paste it here. And if I save as it is right now, and let's come and refresh, you can see we have this nice drag and drop here. Okay. Now, right now it's not going to do anything, so I just inspect the element and let's go to the network, see the browser. Yeah, we have directly error. Let's go in the documentation and we need to go to the server. And we have server endpoints, process chunks, and revert. We are going to use the process and the revert endpoints in this tutorial. So here we have the upload process. The Filepond uploads the file as a multi-part form data using the post request. Okay. The server saves the file to unique location. So example tmp/, and this is the folder ID and then the file name. And we need, so the server returns unique location ID. So this ID in plain text. We need to return the folder ID in plain text, and then Filepond is going to store that unique ID in the hidden input. And when we store a form, we're going to have that hidden input field with that unique ID. And then the server uses that unique ID to move the file to its final location and remove the folder. But to move the file, we need also the file name. So for that, One way is to add the file name when we upload in here. When we upload it, to save the file name in the session, or we can create a database and store in the database and then remove from the database when we save to a different location. I'm going to use the database. So for that, let's open the VS Code terminal here, and I'm going to say artisan make, and just let me clear this, and artisan make model, and let's make I'm going to name it temporary file -m for migration. And what we need to add to that file, we need to add the folder ID and the file. So let's go inside the database, migrations to the last one, and here add table string, and I'm going to say folder here, copy paste, and say file. You can add file or folder ID, but I'm just going to add like this, save, close this one, and we need also to go inside the model temporary file and add protected $, fillable equal with an array of or folder and file. Like this, save and close. Now let's go down. We don't use chunks here. We have the revert. We're going to use the revert. So Filepond is going to send a delete request with that ID, with the folder ID as a body when we click undo button, and server needs to remove the temporary folder matching that ID. So for that, we are going to use that ID. We are going to store in the database, and then if we click cancel, we are going to check if that exists and delete. And let's scroll down, and we have the URL here. And the method process post revert, we have delete. And yeah, I'm going to copy this one. So let's copy this. And let's go in the welcome here and paste that one. Now we need only the process and revert. And for the process, the URL is going to be / I'm going to name it filepond -upload. And for the revert, I'm going to say filepond let's say delete. Or we can say maybe temporary upload and temporary delete, maybe. Okay, save. If I save now, right now this is not existing. So just let's show you the route does not exist. So let's choose the file, and yeah, we have 404 not found. Let's go and create the route here. So I'm going to copy and paste this one. The first one is going to be post. The second is going to be a delete method. Okay, so the revert is going to be delete. The process is post. We saw up here. Yeah, the process is type post and the revert type delete. And here we need to add the temporary upload. And we can name together the same, but I'm going to change that. And now here I'm going to say temp upload, and here temp delete. Okay, let's save and let's create now the upload and delete because we don't have them. So just copy, go here, and after this I'm going to create that method with a name temp upload. We need the request $sign request. And what I'm going to do here, first let's get the image and then get the file name, and I'm going to return the file name just to test. So return, not retry, but return $sign file name, and let's save this. If we go here now and refresh, we're going to have an error, but just to show you. Yeah, now we have 419 because we need to add the CSRF token. So let's go in the VS Code in the welcome. When we send the server, we need to add also a headers here. So let's say headers and add an object with the X CSRF token. Which is going to be the Laravel CSRF token. Double curly braces, CSRF underscore token. Like this. And now if I save and refresh, clear this up, clear the browser, browse and go here. Now, as you can see, we have upload complete 200. And if I click here, response, we have that file name, which is vs.png. Okay, we are okay with that. Now we need to, when we go to the post, the temp upload, we need to upload the image. But first we are going to check if we have if the request has file. So let's copy that and paste it here, and then close. If we don't have, we need just to return let's return an empty string, because as you saw in here, let's go up. When we save that, the server returns the unique location ID in text plain. So we need expect a string. And for that, we are going to return the folder ID or the empty string. Now here we get the image, or we get the original name. Let's just create the folder and store that image. So let's copy that and paste it right here. We have the folder and we store the image. Now we need to add the file name and the folder to the database. So we need to create a temporary file, what we named. So just let's say temporary file, create, and let's say folder is going to be the folder we have here, and the file is going to be the file name, like this. And then we need to return not file name, but return the folder. Okay. And we store that in the post/temp directory. So let's go inside the storage app public post, and right now we have I want to show you, I added here the file system this the public, so for that we're going to have in here. Okay, now when we upload the image, I want, when we come here to store, to create a new post, we don't need to check if the request has file, because we are not going to get file from the request. We are going to get only the, so the Filepond stores the unique ID, that folder ID in hidden input, and that we are going to get. And for that we are going to check now. First, let's say here, we're going to check if the temporary file with that folder we get from there exists. So let's come here and say $sign temporary file and say temporary file where the folder at the request, and that we get as an image, get the first one, because not the first one. And let's, before that, let's say dump the request. And let's see. So here, if I refresh, and let's add a test here, let's browse. Now it's going to upload the image. We don't have the temporary files because we need to add, we need to call the artisan migrate. So let's say artisan migrate fresh, and let's refresh again, and let's say name test and browse a file. Okay, now if I click submit, answer the request, we get 3 parameters: the token, the name, and the image is the folder ID. Okay, and of course, if we go now inside the storage app public, we have posts and we have temporary file and the folder here, and we have 2 because we try 2 times. Okay, now we check if the file exists in this temporary file, because if I open now the database and refresh, we have also the temporary files here, and we have that. And we are going to check based on the folder ID if that is okay. So let's say if the temporary file exists now, $sign temp file exists. We don't need to get the image, as I said. Also, what we need to do is to move or copy the file we have in the temporary directory and the folder here, and move to the final server use.unique to move this file to its final location. Okay, so for that we need to do, and we can do that with the storage facade. So let's say here storage, and use copy here, and we need to add the posts / temp directory / concatenate with the temp file folder. Okay, concatenate / and now file, temporary file, like this. So we get from this path, and we need to move to the new one. So I'm going to copy, because I'm going to remove this temporary from temporary just directly in the post, like this. So you can add new one, what you like. And now we copy the file. We are going to create the post, but here we need to add the temporary folder. File folder, the same for the file. And then before we redirect back, we need also to delete now the temporary file. Okay, and also we need to delete the folder, and the file is inside here. So let's say first delete the folder, and I'm going to use the storage facade for that. So storage, and I'm going to delete the directory here and pass post/temp directory, and now add concatenation $ temp file and the folder. Okay, and now the last thing is to delete the database. So temp file, delete, and then we redirect back with a success. So we first get the temporary file based on that request image we get. So based on the ID we get as a hidden input, and we check if that exists. We are going to copy the file inside this one and move to the final location. Then we create a post, we delete that directory, so we move that to the final location and remove the folder. Okay, and also we delete that database and return back. Very good. I think we are okay. Let's save, and now let's delete and try one more time here. Delete this, and let's run artisan migrate fresh again. So we have a clear database. If we come here, okay, and refresh here, let's say test, browse, choose this one, click open, upload complete. And now if I come here and go to the temporary files and refresh, yeah, we have that here, because this is in the temporary stored. And also here in the post temp we have the folder and the file. Very good. Now if I say submit post created, here we have now inside the post that folder and the file, and inside the temp we removed that. Very good. And also here is, if I refresh, remove from temporary files, and we have now created the post. That's it, how we can add the Filepond here. And that's it about this video. In the next video we are going to do more nice thing. I'm going to add, as I said, the revert option. So if we don't like, we can, if I come here and select, and for example I changed the mind and I click here, I want to remove that folder. But right now if I go to here and refresh, yeah, we don't clean the database, and also If we come here, we see the temporary, we have that folder here in the file. So when we click, we need to clean the database and the folder in the temporary directory. So see you in the next video, friends. All the best.